Hey everybody, we're back for Married at First Sight Recap Season 11.
Ooh.
I'm Patty.
And I'm Al.
And we call ourselves a professional lovers in training. And we've got another season. And it looks like it's going to be another exciting one.
Hopefully. For different reasons, but hopefully.
So tonight was just the beginning. Last week they did the matchmaking special, and it did leave us, I think, scratching our heads a little bit about the vetting process.
Yeah.
We're not professionals, although we've been married. It'll be 27 years this year. So from that angle, we're professionals.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just say right off the bat, reality TV is not reality. Okay?
True.
We know that.
Yeah.
We know that with storylines and editing and producers who want to make good television, that this is not stark reality.
Right.
Okay? So we can only talk about what we see.
True.
Knowing that there's a lot behind the scenes that we don't see.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say that from the beginning, so that throughout this season and our little conversations about what happened, you don't think that we think that we're talking within the context of 100% facts, because we don't know that.
True.
So all we can do is talk from
what we see,
yeah, along with you and what you see. And that's the fun of it, kind of getting your feedback to our feedback and just kind of dialoguing, because the bottom line is we're interested in talking about the issues that we see as these couples embark on being married. So we're going to try not to talk about the people, but we are going to talk about behavior.
Definitely. Oh, definitely.
And
because again, that's what we see.
Exactly.
Their behavior.
Exactly. And then, our personal impressions, just being the age that we are, having lived as long as we have, like I said, being married for almost 27 years, kind of knowing people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to have some impressions that, we'll share that people may not agree with, and that's okay, because you're allowed to have your own opinion and your own impression.
You may have a perspective that we don't think about.
Exactly, because we've been together for so long, just, me and him and me. So
and in addition,
we're not out there dating. We're not, we've been very far removed from that. So, you may have some observations that we miss because we are not out in the dating arena and haven't been for a long time.
True.
So, but, we're just kind of here to share our thoughts, and a lot of what the tips that we are sharing will be coming from this book called Becoming a Professional Lover, Learning to Love God's Way. It is a book that I co-wrote with my parents, who spent over 30 years as marriage, family life counselors and seminar presenters. And so the book really encapsulates their legacy of what they did for quite a long time. And so it is a book that's filled with a weekly tip on how to create lasting relationships. It is written from a marriage viewpoint, but it shares tips that you can use for any relationship and any intimate relationship that you're trying to establish, whether it's between parent and child, friend to friend, and whether you're engaged, whether you're just dating, whether you are seriously dating, All of those types of relationships could benefit from the information in this book.
Or if you're just trying to strengthen your existing marriage.
Right. Oh, absolutely. If you are, we all have bumps in the road,
Mm-hmm.
and my parents have been married. It'll be 55 years this year. And they still have to go back to this book sometimes because of the stage of life that they're in right now. So it is a great manual. One thing you always hear from married people and from parents is that I never got a manual to tell me how to do it.
Yeah.
Well, this will. It is available on Amazon.com and all the other online stores. So this is what we'll be coming from. And so if you want to get it and follow along, do that. That would be great. All right. So we've got 5 couples just to talk about our first impressions. I don't know if we're going to go as far as to give predictions, but from, what we've seen, we're going to share, I guess, our opinions about what we have seen of each person and what they might be bringing to the relationship.
Individuals and their contribution to what will eventually become a couple.
Right. So, no, we don't know these people, and we're not trying to pass judgment on them. Again, we're just going by what we see. So we're going to start with the quirky couple, and that's Amelia and Bennett. And I have to say, they seem to be pretty
Quirky.
matched up in their quirkiness.
Yes.
And from how she grew up with the mom being the breadwinner and the dad kind of being the house husband and the at-home parent, she's comfortable with that.
Mm-hmm.
And
him being a creative mind, working numerous part-time situations and being a pedal biker, in the city of Louisiana,
a pedicab driver.
As well as a movie or theater director or assistant director, playwright.
Yeah. So they seem to be both creative.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that she doesn't mind having a house husband because he doesn't come across as someone who's got I don't know how to say it. I don't want to say he doesn't have high ambition, but he doesn't.
He's not driven.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
He's not driven.
Yeah. By any commonality that society dictates.
Right.
Yeah.
And while I was gonna say, while I couldn't have a man like that, but then I also couldn't have a man who was driven to
an extreme.
Yeah, I have to have balance. I have to have balance.
Definitely.
But I mean, the way they come across, it seems like a good pairing.
Yeah. There's definitely character similarities, and again, we talk about a house husband. I mean, that's really jumping far ahead, for the simple fact that when you talk about being a house husband or a wife, a housewife, you're talking about taking care of the home because there's other people in it, such as children,
right?
That can't go out and fend for themselves and so on and so forth. Well, and so that's down the line. So, I mean, it's not like them immediately getting married. He'll be sitting home waiting on her to come home. And,
No. I'm really using that as a term of he might be comfortable being the caregiver once they have kids or that kind of thing. Yeah. And she's okay with that.
Yeah.
So, so hopefully his lack of drive,
typical drive,
okay, good, will not eventually turn her off.
Yeah, I don't think she'll be turned off, because I don't think she gets turned off by, well, I don't think she gets turned off by much. She'll just turn away from. She won't get turned off. She'll turn away from. She's different. They're both different.
Yeah, real different.
Might have 3 F's and they're different.
but cute. I mean, quirky.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with Amelia and Bennett. Let's talk about Woody and what's her name? Amani. Yes, Woody and Amani. They also seem matched when it comes to their vivaciousness, their outgoingness, their desire to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, my first impression of Woody is the same impression that his friends gave him, which was he doesn't strike me as someone who understands what the seriousness of commitment and marriage is, because he's been
a player.
He's been a player. Simple. Now, and until when we were watching him, putting on some clothes or whatever, when he was, they were giving a little brief bio of him, and he put on that silk paisley jacket with no shirt
and the brim.
I was like, player. Okay, he still is giving off the player vibe.
But in all honesty, I mean, I look at him, and again, just observing, we tend to give everybody the benefit of the doubt for the simple fact that there's professionals that have put time and effort into matching up these people. I think Woody wants something different. I think he's 29 or something like that, and he's played.
Actually,
a while.
He's 30.
He's 30?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean,
and for 30,
it's time.
Still a little bit too much player.
Yeah, well, but if you do what you know, until you know better, you do better. So I believe that if Amani is patient enough, and if Woody can genuinely make her laugh. That's just my opinion. I don't know where it came from. I just looked at Amani and, saw her demeanor and, natural, nothing major. But when it started getting closer, I could see her vulnerability. And there's a certain something that Woody's gonna have to melt. It's not break down. He's gonna have to melt, and it's gonna take a little time, and it's gonna start from the fun aspect of it. But
do you think Woody has the ability to be serious?
Yeah.
Because now I just see him just playing too much.
And well, I think he understands the gravity of the situation. Because again, everybody's telling him about it, but it's not like he's not aware. I mean, he has the responsibility of dealing with people's children. Mm-hmm. So I know he understands, integrity and responsibility and things of that nature. So I don't think it's strange to him. I think this occurrence is strange to him, but I believe that I think he's gotten into it because he wants the change.
Okay. There's something crawling on my floor.
Oh.
So that's why I keep kind of looking down.
I don't know what they call them little things.
I don't know, because it has wings. Anyway. Such as happens with live recording. Okay. So, of course, we hope that everybody makes it. But really, we'll see if, Woody can kind of tap things down when needed, because you do have to have a certain amount of fun when it comes to, Al is...
Break time.
Just got my slipper and killed it, whatever it is. And it's on the bottom of my slipper as I have to put it back on, right?
No, it probably comes through.
Anyway, but we're just gonna carry on and act like that didn't happen.
It didn't.
Alrighty then.
Can you
Next
edit?
couple. No.
Oh, okay.
Next couple is uh Brett and Olivia. Brett and Olivia. I have to say, I don't feel confident about this one.
I don't either. And the main reason is because I personally feel, as just coming from a man, Brett is not confident.
And he tries to overcompensate for that lack of confidence by coming across, and he comes across in that overcompensation as being obnoxious.
Yeah, definitely borderline obnoxious, and
Obnoxious, and then for somebody who has dated 45 women, there's a reason that he didn't find anybody out of them 45 women, and he has a mindset of dating so that no matter even the fact that he's engaged, he's still doing flirtatious things with other women. Winking at him and give me a call, and then when he wedged himself on the bench and started talking nonsense. Now, granted, he could have been a little wasted at that time, but still, he exudes some behavior that is very it's off-putting.
It's distressing. I mean, it makes me think that there's some major internal situation with him.
Yeah.
And it's just personal. I think it's his own personal feelings about himself, because he, how some people can just try too hard.
He tries too hard.
Too hard.
And even his, oh, I'm good looking. And even that is like, you're trying too hard.
Let's just be fair. I look good.
Yeah. So I'm again, I hope it works. I just don't see it working.
Yeah.
Because Olivia comes across as being very ultra nice.
Yeah.
And I just don't see the two of them.
And again, it could be a situation where she may not tolerate his. I mean, she could smack him down real quick, and he can.
He wouldn't be able to handle it though.
Well, that's the thing about it. I mean, again, some people are looking for something and don't know what it is until it's in their face, and then they realize that they don't want to lose it.
Or they're looking for something, they don't know what it is until they get what they don't want. What they thought they want, and it turns out to not be what they wanted. And they go, oh, I guess I didn't really want that.
Well,
that happens too. And that happens on Married at First Sight quite a lot.
Yeah.
So, we'll have to see where that goes. But I don't hold out a major hope for that lasting.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Next couple would be Karen and Miles. Now, this is your favorite couple.
Yeah, I was really rooting for them.
And yet,
I am rooting for them.
Tonight ended with the revelation that somehow she dug all into his past.
No, somebody sent a text to her.
Yes.
With information on him.
Right. But instead of
leaving it
alone and going with the process the way it's designed to go, she pulled up his social media, Instagram, and the reason that they have the couples not meeting until the altar is so that you don't
have preconceived ideas
that you let get in the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Or for a lot of people, this is taking them out of the comfort zone of the type of people that they
are
been attracted to and dated over and over and over again that have gone nowhere. Mm-hmm. And so, why not get out of your comfort zone?
Get out of your own way.
Get out of your own way. And so, unfortunately, her checking him out has already put her in her own way.
Some major reservations on her part.
Now we
The
can
day of
assume
the
we know
wedding.
that they're going to get married, but you know
Okay, that's the reality.
that right.
The
We know
reality
that they're
part.
going to get married, but
I'm still
she,
rooting for her.
yeah, I want that. I really want that to work. He seems very mature for 26.
He is. He is.
And very settled.
And now, and to me, what's ironic is the fact that in all of her digging, coming from a woman,
Mm-hmm.
her concern was
he's too emotional.
He's emotional. He talks about his
feelings.
I'm like,
I thought a lot of women want a guy who can
someone who can feel.
Talk about feelings.
We're not cavemen,
I don't know.
But I think she was, in this case, really getting in her own way with that.
Because he's not her type. Well,
she didn't know.
Apparently, her type hasn't worked.
Oops.
Up until now. So, I'm just saying, hopefully she will step out of her way and get to know him and allow herself to open up a little.
Because she's already said she had walls up. She was in a relationship, found out person she had been with for 5 years, ended up conceiving a child during their relationship. And so,
was that her?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Amani was the one who was with somebody who was married. She found out he was married.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got to keep it straight.
Yeah. Everybody got history.
Right.
Everybody.
Yeah. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
That she can step out of her way and get to know Miles, and that they will be a couple who lasts.
Yeah. I think they can.
They can be.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So our last couple is Christine and Henry. I don't know. I'm not getting any vibes from the two of them. Because
they seem like two totally distinctly different types of people.
Yeah.
Both of them are a little subdued.
Henry's really subdued.
Yeah. But he's got an insecurity about himself, but then she does too.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing. They're both genuine individuals, it's not a...
But often when you have insecurity, then you're looking for your mate to fix that. And your mate can't fix that.
But the insecurities that they have, I think she's strong enough because she's a stewardess. And she interacts.
Flight attendant,
whatever. I think she said airline steward. I think
she said flight attendant.
Somebody might have said it, but whatever. She worked up in the air. She deals and interacts with people, so to be assertive and create exchange and banter back and forth, I think that will pull him out of his shell, because he's the one who says that he has an issue with eye contact, which is kind of crazy, but it is, it happens. But she has also been like the party girl, and
that's interesting, because they never showed any clips of her doing anything that would suggest that she was a party girl. But she did use that for herself.
Right.
She labeled herself that in her past, that she has, been the party girl.
And thinking that this activity, this event, not finding a boyfriend, but finding a husband, will, I think, allow him to be for her what she's needed, which is someone that is around the next day.
Well, we'll see. I don't have I'm real neutral with the two of them.
Maybe I'm fabricating hope. I don't know.
I'm real neutral. So for me, they're a true wait and see, because I don't have any strong feelings about either of them one way or the other. Yeah. So we'll see. Well, and those are our couples.
Yes. And evidently one of those other four have
No,
crossed paths somewhere along the lines
and everybody
as well.
talked about that
Yeah.
possibility
Yeah.
because New
I mean,
Orleans,
New Orleans is so small.
Is small, so
Yeah.
you know,
Not a very large population.
right. So it'll be interesting to see which couple that happened with. So we know that we've got a lot of fireworks coming, as well as hopefully a lot of fun. And we look forward to giving our recaps and opinions and sharing our experience with you, and you hitting us back on YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel, which is Professional Lover. And we look forward to meeting up with you every week.
Let's continue this journey.
Yes. And meanwhile, let's stay safe because this COVID-19 is not going anywhere right now.
And neither should you.
So, mask up, quarantine, sanitize, take care of yourself and your family's health. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
Stay safe. Enjoy.